Hello. How we doing, guys? Everyone good? Let's check the chat and see who is here. Just drop a message. Drop a little message into the chat, guys, so I see how many people are here, how you guys are doing. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to the stream today. I'm going to be doing a facial expression or facial expressions with one of the characters we have.
Drop a little message into the chat, guy.
Yeah. Let's see who's here. Cool. Let me just plug the link to the stream on our main Discord channel as well, just before we get started. It's become part of our routine now. Just get the whole gang in there before we get started. Yeah, this is our character Selena. We're going to be, or Selena. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. So let's put it here. Stream starting. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Alright, cool. So today we're going to be looking at expressive emotions. So I want to actually go into Maya, get some poses in there, and really push the expressions of this character and try to get a variety of different expressions in there as much as we can. And yeah, see how far we go with this. By the way, I just want to say big thanks to you guys. The subs have really grown in the past few days, and we're really building a nice little community of animators, animation students, animation enthusiasts. So yeah, I really appreciate the love and support. So hit that like if you can. I do appreciate it. And yeah, just drop a comment, your thoughts on how you think the streams and the videos are going. I do appreciate your comments and input. Cool. Alright, let's get started. I think that's enough time. Just gave it a few minutes. If you do have any questions, just pop it into the little chat box that we have, and then I'll try to answer your questions as much as I can. Cool. Alright. Okay, I think that should be it. Everyone should know that we're starting now. Cool, alright, I'll get into it now. Cool, so let's start with a pose. What should we do? Should we do a happy pose to start with? First of all, let me get a camera. So, I don't want the camera to be, I don't want to have a flat on camera like this, orthographic. I want to have a proper camera in my scene. So let's just create cameras, create the camera in there, select the camera from panels and perspective, and do we select it? Yeah, we have. Go here, is it? Oh, my laptop has really slowed down all of a sudden. What seems to be happening? Okay, there we go. I can see the camera now. There we go. So pull the camera out. Let's get a nice view on our character. Slightly side on. Just these flat on perspectives don't really look great, if I'm being honest. So I always like to have the camera at a slight angle. There. Just so it looks a little bit more appealing, and we're only focusing on the face as well, so no need to worry about the whole body. I want this camera to actually have no controllers, because I want to be able to look at the face and just not be distracted by any keys and whatnot. So let's call this face demo. I'll just leave it on my desktop for now. Cool. Sorry if that noise in the background is a bit too loud. It's the fan for my laptop, so it doesn't explode, guys. Cool. Alright, if you joined the chat, please hit the like and subscribe. Alright, so let's go to frame 1. Let me just select the face. All the face. This character has a picker, but I've not installed it just yet, so maybe on the next time I'll have that in there. So I just want to select all the face, hit this guy here. What? I do have a license for this. No, why has it done that? I have a license for Animbot. Really? You do this on a stream? Guys, Animbot's trying to make me look bad. Let's see. Activate license, and it's going to work now. There you go. See, I had Animbot. Alright, let's select the face controls again. Let's select the eyes. Click this, and let's go all face. So when I click that button now, I just key the whole face. I don't have to keep selecting all the controls. There we go. So let's start with something angry. So I'll put 2 keys, so when I pose out frame 1 and then I go to frame 2, I can start from 0 again. At 0 as in like neutral facial expression. Okay. Alright, so let's do an angry pose. So when you first and foremost, I want to bring the whole eyebrows down. There. Then I want to bring the middle parts down. You want to use the top eyebrows as like it's an upper eyelid. There, just a little bit of rotation. Bring this down. Let me see how much I can get away with this. It's always a bit better when you have the eyebrows going over the eyes, the pupils. There. And now I can have a bit of a squint. So just let's raise these up. There. Rotate them a little bit. And even though I've brought the eyebrows down, oh, it's breaking here a little bit. I've pushed it a bit too much. So what I can do maybe is pull these up. Grab these guys, pull them up. No, I've brought it down too much. Let's go back up. Oh no, that's her eyelashes. Right, for this pose, you know what? I don't know if there's an eyelash control, but I'm going to hide the eyelashes for this specific section. Let's see. Okay, this is it. So I'll grab the eyelashes and I think it's this one here. There. I'll just put the visibility off on this frame. Off. So if you look at the eyebrow, yeah, it feels a bit better there. Just to avoid it going from the through the eyebrows, the upper eyebrows. So if she's angry, we could try a few things. Let's start by opening her mouth corners. Let's start by dropping the jaw. Or maybe, hold on. Let's open the mouth, the lips. We can either do... You want to favour one side a bit more than the other one. So I want to favour this side. So go there, go up. Be careful because now I'm getting all these weird creases there. So maybe I want to rotate this a little bit. Whoops, that's too much. There we go. And I want to put... You want to create some asymmetry. There. See what I'm doing there now? I'm trying to curve this bit a little bit more. Bring this down and bring this mouth corner down as well. Start rotating this. There. See how I'm like getting this shape? I'm trying to get this part of her cheek, screen left, a bit more puffy. Let's grab this cheek puff. Let's pull this in. let's go -2. And so you remember squash and stretch, guys? Hopefully you do. I'm squeezing one part of the body, one part of the face, and stretching the other half. So if you were to look at me right now, I would do something like, let me see where I am. Cool. If I do, this part of my cheek is puffing, this part is quite straight, and my jaw, you can't see because of my beard obviously, but like my face is kind of like turning to one side and favoring one side. So this part is squashing, this part is stretching. So let's rotate the mouth like this a bit more. There we go. This kind of stuff is quite, you know, just to get a bit more of an appeal factor. Let me just see if I can pull this up a little bit more. There. Just to get that curve. It might be a bit too much, but it's always better to push the poses first and then try to, you know, pull back a little bit. If the nose is there, I would expect this kind of a rotation. Like the line of the face across the nose will follow where the mouth is, the lips are, sorry. It wouldn't stay straight like this. So let's do a bit of a rotation there. Let's pull this way a little bit. This nostril would open up a bit more, and there's a bit more of a nostril flare there. Just some small stuff. Now, fun stuff. Let's puff this cheek over here. And let me see how much I can push this more. Go on. Come on. No, I don't want that. No, see, if the more I push from that point onwards, the more it starts to break. So now I can add some more texture and open this eye up a little bit. Well, bottom eyelid, close this one a little bit more. So make sure that this side feels like it's squashing more than this side. And let's bring this eyebrow down more. And this one, it's doing the same thing, but you want it to be ever so slightly different. Hello, we have VFX Kaneki in the building. Hey, how you doing? You alright? Okay, and now I think we can get some more appealing shapes on the eyebrows. Because whenever you're watching a film, guys, you're always looking at the, as cliche as it sounds, the eyes are the door to the soul, or like the window to the soul, and we're always watching this section, so this section is very important. So let's do that. Let's rotate the eyebrows around here a little bit more, but we still want this section to be quite low compared to the other side. And on this side, so you're actually just sculpting shapes, like appealing shapes here, which is fun. That's why I wanted to do this stream with you guys, because it's so much fun to do this. Look at that, just raising this eyebrow up a little bit more. There, see how like cool it looks? This side feels more squashed and this side feels a little bit more open. And if I was just to go from one pose to another, let's select all the poses, click, click. So we went from this to this, and let's go over here, let's grab the first frame and go to pose 3. So you see we just did a very quick pose very quickly as well. So this is our neutral, this is our second pose, and we can even like use the same pose but tweak it around a little bit. So if I was to grab this pose from 2 that we just created, put that onto frame 3, and now rather than having the mouth closed, let's just open it up. Let's see what's going on in the chat. What are you guys saying? Cool. Welcome to anyone that's coming into the stream just now. Hope you guys enjoy this. Any questions, feel free to like drop it into the chat, guys. Alright, let's open the mouth. So I want to zero this out and start from scratch. I don't want to continue from where we just left off. So what I'll do is I'll select all the mouth controllers, click this, dunk, it goes back to 0. That's the handy thing about using some scripts. It really speeds up your workflow, guys. So if you have Animbot, you'll end up finding, even if you don't like using scripts a lot, you'll find a few keys here and there, or like a few scripts here and there that will really work in your favor, and it just starts to become one of those things that you can't really do without. So now we have this pose, we have that, and now I want to keep the same pose for the eyes, but I want to open the mouth like she's shouting. So let's open this. We need to see the teeth if we want her to shout. I'll bring the teeth down a little bit maybe. So let's see if we can get that shape. There we go. So we just need to open the mouth up a little bit. Oh, maybe it's breaking. See what? There we go. I want to get the mouth up. So don't be afraid to move the teeth. Be careful though, like you don't want her to look like the teeth are floating. But I do need to. So if she's shouting, we want to see as much of the teeth as we can. And we're still favouring this side. You see how there's a bit of a bump? Like this side is slightly lower than this side on the left. Again, let's do that rotation. Rotate the jaw ever so slightly. So just from that pose, we just have one where it's... Oh, we saved it. We have this one where we just, she's quite conspicuous and uncomfortable. Who's this? We have this one when she's like shouting, opening her mouth. We can still work on this pose. I think there's some room to improve this. And also, like, I don't like this part of the teeth. If I was in production or working in film, I'd remove this part of it so it would look something like this. So let me just draw that rather than explaining. So this section here, whoops. This section here will be just like invisible. You wouldn't see it. There, that's how the teeth would look. Or I would like it to look. I would just hide that section. Cool. Alright, let's do some more. Let's change her facial expression. We went from neutral to to open a mouth. Let's go and do something sad. Let's do the opposite of angry. We'll do some happy ones as well. Is there a facial expression you'd like to see? Let me know in the chat. Do you have any rules to know what kind of shapes? Oh, we have a question. Cool. Let's see. Do you have any rules to know what kind of shapes of eyebrows do when your reference is not clear or barely moving, changing shape? In reference, they normally feel not as much articulate as in the animation. So, good question, by the way. Generally, what I would say is, you know what your character's doing, right? So it's you as the animator. Even though our eyebrows, our facial expressions are constantly moving, you want to be the animator to say, okay, look, I want to keep my character in this kind of facial expression, in a sad, a happy, uncertain, whatever expression it is, you want to stay in that, and you want to just keep your character alive. Sometimes we might not be able to see those small nuance movements in the eyebrows, but you as the animator know, okay, I want my character to feel sad at this point for a good 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and then he or she goes from sad to unsure. What you don't want is constantly changing the eyebrows. You want to live in that one pose that you created for your character to feel happy, sad, upset, whatever it may be. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Rules to what kind of shapes in terms of shapes, these for the eyebrows, for example, usually like I think this might help as well. Let's see, let's do this. Let's do a little 2D sketch. So usually What's your name? Kaneki. Usually when your character is happy, the eyebrows, like if you were to look at me right now, when you're really happy, your face just opens up like a bouncing ball. Like your face opens up. So for example, if this is our face, circle, when we're really angry, there's a lot of pressure pushing in from down and up. So this is what happens. When we're really happy, the eyebrows open up, the eyes open up, the mouth opens up. So the whole body opens up. Like, sorry, the whole face opens up. So that means we go from the eyebrows like this to when you're angry, the eyebrows come down and your whole face is squashed. And when you're happy, the eyebrows just open up like this and your eyes. You know? So that's what I would say. These are the three major ones. So when you're sad, you have this section. You create a furrow for sadness. When you're happy, the eyebrows are quite high. Like this. So the eyebrows are raised. And when you're really angry, just use the top eyebrows as like your upper lids, like as if they're your upper eyelids there. So these are like the three broad ranges. There's other stuff like this, you know, you use your eyebrows as flat, or based on the mouth shape that you add as well, it completely changes the feeling. Does that help, Kaneki? So yeah, cool. So we've got neutral, we've got kind of conspicuous, who's this, and then we've got like an angry one. Then let's go for something completely different. Let's go for one of those sketches that I did. Let's go for something that is sad, just like in what's that film, Inside Out? Sadness. Her eyebrows are always like this to match with her character. See, the moment I've not touched the face, guys, look, I've just moved the eyebrows and she went from this immediately into just, I'm only moving the eyebrows. Let's do this. Let's raise these corners up a little bit. Whoops. Let's bring the eyebrows down. Let's raise this up a little bit. Let's do a rotation. There. I've only played around with the eyebrows very quickly, and you can see she looks sad already. I've not started yet. I've just started yet. So you can have a neutral sad one. So I'm not going to touch the eyes. I'm only using the eyebrows, and look how much this like it just feels so very powerful. Just the eyebrows itself, a lot of emotion, and just to help with that, let's make her a little bit sad, because that's kind of what we're doing right now. Bring the mouth corners down, rotate them like this. Oh, she's really sad, isn't she? No, we don't want that. And I wanna, because when you're sad, maybe she's pulling her lips into each other, like rolling them in. Something like this. Nope. Not that one, not this one, that's the one. So I could do something like this. There. And it's up to you guys if you want to have her with big eyes, big puppy eyes, or you want to make her super sad, you know? Hey, welcome John to the chat. Nice to see you. So you can either have her like big puppy eyes sad, or I'll keep it like this for now, and the next pose I'll just push that even further. So we'll always keep the neutral one. Let me put that over here. Don't crash, Maya, don't crash. I hope it doesn't crash, because I was thinking of saving as well. Let's give it a few seconds. And my heartbeat, my blood pressure's going up. Just seeing this. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's save that. Okay, so we had a neutral pose. We've got the conspicuous. We've got this one here. We've got that sad one. If she's sad, I would maybe puff the cheeks out a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Let's go to. Let's pull the chin up a little bit. There. It's quite sad. And now I just want to keep this pose, but push even further. Like make it quite, like very sad. So maybe just bring these eyebrows even lower. Rotate them up even more. I'll probably have one a little bit more rotated than the other one. There. And let's add a bit of a squint. Like she's almost crying. There we go. So that's a big difference from this one. She's quite sad. That one we've pushed quite a bit. And let's give her a nostril flare because I want to like raise the mouth as well a little bit more. Let's push up, up, up. And maybe I'll favor one side more again. Let's go left because you want to always like work towards the camera. Let's rotate that. This. Let's pull these guys up. No, that's not working. That's too much. Sometimes you have to try some controllers and like it might not work as well as you hoped. But just keep trying, guys. I'm sure there's a way that you can find something appealing. It's all like trial and error, really. There's no one perfect way. If you say to me like, what is the best way to get this pose? I could try a few different ways, but there's no like one specific way of doing it. What I can say to you specifically is, oh, when you are like animating on this frame, the character's doing this in your reference, so that's kind of like nailed in stone, you know. Let's see if I can get this a little bit more like that. What I'll do is I'll animate for a bit, guys, and then I'll take a moment to take some questions from you guys. So if you have any questions, keep in mind and I will take a look. If you can hit the like button, I do appreciate that, because that just shows like you guys supporting. That's kind of like what I appreciate. I don't want money, I just want likes. And it gets it out to people, obviously, like people that really enjoy this kind of content, and yeah, that like is going to help me continue doing more stuff like this for you guys. So if you hit that, I'd really appreciate it. Cool. Alright, so we went from neutral to conspicuous, angry, kind of sad, she's looking off into the distance, to I'm about to cry. Let's go for a happy pose. Is there a facial expression you guys like to see? Just let me know in the chat. Okay, let's start off with the neutral pose again. Let's go for a, let's see, if you guys requested any specific expressions? No? Okay, I will go for a, whoops, I changed the camera accidentally. Oh, that actually reminds me of something as well. Let's go undo view change, undo view change. Hold save. Cool. So because I moved the camera accidentally, so I want to select this camera. For that not to happen, select all the keys, hit mute and hit lock. Just lock is enough, but I mute just to make sure I don't key as well. Now if I try to move this, I can't move my camera, because this is the camera I want to use to just keep looking at, you know, what is happening. So happy. Alright, cool. I was thinking of happy as well. We've gone from like making her cry. So we've gone from like angry to sad to crying to let's make her happy. She's been through enough. Let's make it fun now. So again, just like I did with that example of that little sketch, let's really raise these eyebrows, open them up. Let's open the mouth up as well, like put a big smile on her face. Whoops, that's too much. I want to, again, favor one side. First I want to do it with the actual, like the whole mouth itself. So rather than just rotating a corner, just try to move the whole thing, if I can. There. So we'll try one with... Whoa, that's crazy. That's too much. That can happen sometimes. So let's try to... She's doing that. Again, I don't want them to be identical. I want one to be slightly more different than the other one. Let's see if I can get this side to look a bit more happy as well. It's usually in the mouth corners that show joy. Let's see if there's a lip roll. Mouth view. See if I can open the mouth up a little bit. Maybe a disgust. Yeah, that's a funny one. I think we can do that as well. It was nice. Try to do under the camera. Yeah, I did that. Thanks, Bibs. I wonder where I saw that from. So let's see. Let's try to get her happy. I need to rotate these lips a little bit. Lip roll. There we go. That's the control I was looking for. Because if you're smiling, naturally your lips roll inwards, or should I say like towards your teeth. So, which makes them a little bit more smaller, but it helps us get that lip curl or roll. No, aren't they doing the same thing? Okay, let's try that. Let's do minus 36. That seems to be a good amount for this. And do minus 36. Cool. Now, let's close the jaw. She looks a bit scared there. So I'm kind of like, there you go. It's this little kind of like a shape that you get here that really helps. There we go. She's getting happy, isn't she? She's a little bit, still needs a bit of work, but this feels like more of a genuine smile. Like, you know, she's seeing her maybe kids graduated and it's very heartfelt, rather than a, you know, generic happy smile. And usually when you're in a studio, guys, you're the supervisor or the lead on the show will create all these shapes and poses for you, so you don't have to keep trying to make these poses over and over again. But at your point of learning animation, it's really great for you guys to understand these poses. That way you know how to transition from one pose to another. But things will get a bit more faster when you are in production. There we go. Maybe she can have a bit of a squint on this side. I'm always favoring this side a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Just a little bit of a squint on that side. And I want to bring this eyebrow down ever slightly. Like I said, it's more of a can't get my words out. Genuine, heartfelt smile rather than a over the top. You know, she's just seen her son like at soccer practice or football practice and he's done well and she's happy, or her daughter, you know, in ballerina class or something like that. It's just more of a motherly, like a kind of genuine smile. Let's see if I can fix this bit a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Bring this down. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. I think that's fine. What do you guys think? Let's close this cheek. There's no cheek puff there. Great. This side needs to be a bit more smaller. This side we can puffen the cheeks up a bit more. There. Cool. Let's save this because I have OCD. This is going to crash. That's why I'm always thinking. Cool. She's gone from crying to, oh my god, I'm not going to cry. I can do this. To let's push this smile and go for something super extreme with a smile. Let's make her super happy. So let's go here. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Let's take some questions. Guys, if you joined the chat, please hit the like. I'm taking a small little break from the posing and just taking some questions now. So if you have any questions, do let me know, please. So hit that like, subscribe, and let's go for questions. Let's see. Kaneki says, I also have a question related to the eyebrows. The concept of leading with one of the eyebrows. Do you have a general rule? Usually they kind of move together, like this section here, you're at the middle of your eyebrows. This bit here is the one that's driving. And this part here is following, and this part here, the corners, they move the least. So for example, if you were to put your hand in the corner of your eyes, let me see where I am. Okay, there where I am. So if you put your hand over here, guys, Kaneki, and you were to move your eyebrows around, this part moves the least because there's hardly any muscle here. It's just almost on a bone. Over here, the center of your eyebrows is the part that moves the most, and yeah, that's kind of generally it's moving like this. So even if I was to create this kind of a pose, let's see, you notice that in the poses that I'm doing, it's usually this part that goes up or down the most. It's this part that goes, this part stays the same. It's either like this, let's see, for an angry pose, for a happy, or for this. You see this section and that section doesn't move a lot. It's usually this bit that is driving the whole eyebrows up. This bit is following, and you can use that to make it happy or angry and whatnot, but it's usually like this part is quite static almost. It's this bit here that's going up and down and left and right. And when I mean left and right, I mean this. So for example, if you're really angry, when you're happy, like your eyebrows go up, but they also go backwards like this way. When you're angry, they really come up next to each other like this, and they create this like a furrow and like a bridge with one another, and you have all these creases around here. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Cool. What else do we have in the chat? Maybe a disgust expression. Yeah, cool. Let's take a look, see how much time we have. Maybe another 20-30 minutes, and then let me finish this super happy pose, and then we'll probably try that as well. Let's see what John's saying. Nice trick to undo the camera movement. Yeah, I know, right? Here we are. Already going to use these tips for next week's booking. Awesome. Yeah. They're for free. I'm not charging. Definitely, like, if it works and you like it, and yeah, definitely use these to advantage, guys. So let's see. Hold on, it's getting a bit dark. Let me put the light on. There we go. Yes, there's light. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Let's take a look at our keys. Where's our keys? There we go. So neutral pose, conspicuous, angry-ish, kind of sad. Like, why didn't they call me to go to the cinema? Oh, I'm about to cry. Wait, they're calling me. I'm making this up as I'm going on. And then let's go from this one to super happy. And I would assume that the mouth needs to really open. So let's roll the jaw that way. Let's open the mouth. Like, ah. That's, for some reason, it feels very, not Hotel Transylvania, but like more Cloudy Meatballs. Yeah. I always like to see what's happening in the chat. Okay, so let's continue. I mean, that's obviously broken. I need to fix that. And the thing is, guys, like, you can save these poses that you create, and you don't have to keep doing them over and over again. If it's a character that you're using regularly, whether it's in a show or whether it's for a personal, because if it's for a personal shot, if you're doing a personal shot and you've made a really cool fist pose, save that pose, and when your character punches and then like opens his or her hand and then goes back to a punch, you can just grab that pose in again and use it. You don't have to keep, like redoing the same thing over and over again. So let me select these controllers and click zero out. I always like to go to 0 because it tells me that I'm starting from the generic pose and working my way around. So let's open the mouth corners again. She's happy. Let's put this up. No. Is there a rotate for this? No, there's rotate for that. See, every rig is slightly different. Sometimes you need to just figure it out a little bit. There we go. Again, you might have some characters that are quite stylized, so do test things out. As in, so I'm thinking, alright, if she's smiling, that would mean her mouth corners are really open. Let's give that a go. Let's pull these out a little bit more. So let's pull this down if we can. No, she looks like she's breaking. Let's take this. Let's rotate this guy down. We want to get a nice smile. She has got a big mouth now. So I want to see the bottom teeth. Let's see. Let's grab the bottom teeth. Let's pull it up. There we go. That feels a bit more better. Let's push these eyebrows up a bit more. I think there's room to open up the eyes a little bit more as well. I think this is becoming more surprised than happy. It's too much. So what? We've got happy, surprised. And I think I just need to make sure, like, I'm moving stuff here, but I'm keeping a track of this section. Seeing how much I can move stuff around. I don't care if it breaks, to be honest. I just want it to look good. Oh wait, hold on. I think we had a lip roll here that I didn't fix back. No, it's fixed. That looks a bit horrendous. That mouth corner can definitely be much better. Nope, too much. I just want to test something out. See if I bring the top teeth down. I think the top teeth are going to work better rather than the bottom teeth. There we go. Oh my god, it's looking so much more better. Look at that. She feels so much better already. If you agree she looks much better, let me know in the chat. There. There we go. It's starting to get there, guys. I'm starting to animate. I can feel it. There. Let's push this up a little bit more. See, she's super happy, eyebrows raised. I think we can rotate this up a little bit more. Rotate this back like that. Push this guy up. There we go. That looks much more nice. It's not just like a straight line. Let's do this rotation. Let's push this guy up. And let's do this. Rotation 2. There we go. Cool. I just don't like the fact that I'm seeing a lot of teeth here. Maybe what I can do is... Let's see. Let me save before I destroy this. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Unrelated stream, but what made you start doing these videos here on YouTube? I mean, like, I've been doing animation for a while, so I wanted to share the knowledge, and at the same time, my students wanted more from me. I also teach in anim school as an instructor, so yeah, I enjoy teaching, and hopefully you guys enjoy learning from me. That's kind of it, really. And I am enjoying making these videos as well, I have to be honest. So yeah, let me know, Kaneki, if you're enjoying the videos. So yeah. Boobs, can you make a live video animate her going from extreme pose to do a full live from it? Yeah, that could be something that I can definitely add into the streams, Bibs. Just to read her message, she's saying that can I make a live stream where I animate this character going from an extreme expression to the other, like very excited, disappointed, for example. Maybe half the body or even half. Yeah, no, I was actually thinking of that. So, you know, I could even take one of these poses and go from like this one here to. She basically goes from here to this. Right? Let me know in the chat if you guys want to see this. She goes from like a completely disappointed to a oh my god, they've come back, and it's just a reaction, and you guys can see me. Yeah, thank you, Bibs. I appreciate that. Yeah. So another thing for your question as well, Kaneki. So I teach privately as well as a private mentor, and this is also to showcase how I like, you know, this stuff is obviously for free, but if you guys like the way I teach or you enjoy the way I teach, just let me know, and I give private mentorships as well. So yeah, that's part of it as well. But the main thing is I genuinely enjoy teaching, and it started off as just helping my students, give my students extra lectures and demos and stuff like that. But yeah, cool. I see a few more people in chat. Please hit the like. I super appreciate that, and I super appreciate all of you. It helps bring more amazing people like you to the channel, which is what we want. Cool. Alright, so expressions. We went from, let's start from scratch. Neutral face, we went to this conspicuous, judgmental, who are you, to yeah. Then we went to a kind of sad, I'm about to cry, I'm almost crying, to I'm kind of happy, what's going on, I'm super excited. Let's do, it'll be cool to do one where she's got her eyes closed, you know? Like she's so happy. What have I done? Alright, let's go here. I want to select this neutral pose, go to frame 8. And then I can start doing, let's do super happy that she's closing her eyes. So you want to grab the eyelids, bring them not up, down. Let's see if this is going to work. -1. There we go. Let's open the mouth corners. Let's pull them up. Pull them back. Up a bit more. You want to see, like, even though she's smiling, you want to see some of the teeth. There, just a little bit. And you want to bring the eyebrows down as well, because I'm just kind of acting it out as I'm doing this. So, maybe raise these up a little bit. Bring this guy up. Bring this guy up. So even though we're bringing them down, we still want a slightly upwards shape. Cool. Okay, and let's get these cheeks really puffing. I'm not doing like puns and stuff. That's what I'm doing. Let's do cheek puff. Let's go 3. We really want to get like she's super happy, but this mouth corner might be a bit too much. Sorry, this eyelid corner might be a bit too much. Yeah, just bring these down a little bit. I'm doing that so I'm really bringing my eyebrows down when I'm doing it. See how she feels really nice, and like the mouth corners really feel like they're pushing in. So let's go here. If I can maybe push this a little bit more, see how much I can get away with there. I don't want her to feel like crazy, you know. But like, I like what I'm seeing with the teeth over there. It just feels like they need to be a bit bigger. I'm always scaling, moving the teeth. Nope. Sideways, nope. That's it. And let me pull this teeth back just for that pose. There we go. Look at that. That feels so much better there. I'm going to change the facial expression there because I don't think it's working. There, from this to this. Maybe I can have her very squinty. So she's got her eyes open, like not fully closed. It's almost. So let's just say -0.5. Let's go. 1.02. There. I think because of her style, like her stylized design, we can't do a lot of the things. There. Let's pull this one back. So that means the top lids. Let's see what's happening in the chat. I'm a student. Kaneki says, I'm also a student and my friends recommended your channel. Jack saying it. Yeah, welcome to the channel, Kaneki. Yeah, they're awesome students. Like, I've really enjoyed having them in my class as well. The celebrity should have was. I wouldn't go that far, Bibiana, but like, thanks. Yeah, no celebrity. I'm just an instructor. Cool, but it's awesome that you guys are here, like, and if you're finding the content valuable, like, and it's also great to keep in touch as well, like, to have you guys here as well, like, continuing, keeping in touch and building like an awesome little community. And yeah, like, all this stuff is the stuff that I kind of teach as well, so it's, you know, if it's helpful and you're finding it useful, please do make the most of it. Cool, let's do that. There we go. She is happy now, isn't she? It's her day off from work. There we go, look at her, big smile. I really like this character, she's just so appealing. No, that's too big. You know what? I'm thinking of just like keeping the top lids open, but just bring up the bottom lids for that squint. Let's pick these guys and rotate up. That's too much. There we go. That feels better. It's still a bit too much. I still need to like favor one side more than the other. There. And then what I can do here is I can just go click this, push that there, pull this, pull it down. Oh, and look, there's these little zip corners as well, so I could do this. See that? Just to close that little area there, I can use this controller here, which is super cool. Zip. Rather than moving this up and down, not getting the shape I want, click this red button over here. Well, I mean, you guys don't have this rig. You can have it if you want. And you'll have this kind of stuff on rigs where I'm zipping that corner to make sure I close it. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side as well, so keep an eye. Let's go here, click this red one, and go zip. There we go. So I'm maintaining the shape that I created without changing much. And what I want is, I want one side, again as always, like you want asymmetry, guys. You don't want like to be same on both sides. For the mouth it's fine. I think I have this side a bit more lower than the other side. There. let's get this bit. Rotate. How are you guys finding the demo? Is it useful? Is it giving you a headache? Alright, cool. This bit here, let's drop this down. Let's drop this down to 1. There we go. Let's do 1.5. That's cool. And now, I want to raise this. I know I'm favoring screen left as a lower one, but you don't want to have the low side away from camera. You know, you want to have... Well, you can either way, I guess, but like I'm just favoring that a bit more. Okay, let's raise this one. Let's bring this down a little bit more. There we go. See how, like, it looks better in my eyes? I don't know what you guys think, but do let me know. You can say it looks horrible. Let's be nice. Don't break my confidence. Alright, this one here, let's rotate this here a little bit. Alright, cool. She looks happy. She's smiling. She's super happy. She went from surprised to happy. We've got this nice one where she's genuinely heartfelt happy. We went for this one over here. She's super surprised, pushed, and like I'm really pushing. Oh, very educational. Thank you, Viviana. Cool. Let's see what else is happening in the chat. Do you guys have any questions? I'll take a few minutes to answer questions. You know, if is there anything that you guys come across that's kind of like you're struggling with or you find repeatedly, you know, I'll continue and I'll keep an eye on the chat. So okay, let's take a look. So we have the neutral face, then we go into the angry. Hold on, let me get rid of this manipulator. It's destroying the way she looks. Cool. So we've got our neutral pose that we started with. We've got the, you know, this pose. We've got that. We've got the kind of sad. She's watering up. We've got her about to cry. She's getting happy. She's surprised. She's smiling. And was it disgust? Let's do disgust as a final one. I think Kaneki had... am I pronouncing your name correctly? Kaneki? Let's grab a neutral pose and then we'll go for a disgust. And then I think that will be the last pose that we have. At the end, I'll take some questions from you guys. Any questions you have, just let me know. Let's grab this control. Go here, paste. Okay, awesome. So let's finish off with disgust and then we can call this a stream. Done and dusted. Cool. So again, let's favor one side. I'm gonna favor this side again because it just feels natural to me. So I want to bring the eyebrow down like this. Rotation. You know, like, you know those expressions that you have, like one side really squashed, the other side, that kind of thing? Let's go for that. Let's go for a very cartoony. I mean, all the poses are quite cartoony actually, but let's really, really play with this one. And let's go there, rotate. Pull this guy out. She doesn't look like much now, but we'll get there, don't worry. Okay, pull. Just curious, Kaneki, which class are you in at the moment? Studying wise? So I'm doing this, but I think I've pushed too far ahead because look, I'm seeing this geometry pop out. So I've pushed too far ahead, I think. Just need to do that. maybe this mouth, I need to do that. So how would you do that? So you push this here. This is a tricky pose. It's really breaking. Again, you'll probably start off with like trying some stuff out that might not work, but then you'll get into an area where, you know, hold on, let's do this. Isn't it Disgust from what do you call it? What's that Pixar movie? Inside Out. She has that expression. Okay, let's see what she's doing. I don't know if I can show the image of her here because that copyright stuff, I'm not sure. But okay, cool. Okay. She kind of sticks her tongue out as well. Alright, I think we can do that. So let's do this. Let me just zero these out. So let's pull this up. Let's pull this guy. Do that. Pull this guy down. Let's show the sweet teeth on one side and remove it on the other side. So for this specific bit, I just want to get rid of the teeth for the bottom half, just so we can get that disgust looking pose. Let's see what's going on. Bib says, is there any specific movie that comes to mind when you think about amazing face animations or scenes? Maybe. Oh, there's so many, Bibiana, honestly. Like, I'm going to be biased because you've asked me the question. It's like giving me the microphone. I think Inside Out is super expressive because Joy is Joy. She's always happy. So, like, you know, I'm hitting the cliche, but like all the characters' anger is always angry, and they've pushed, because every time you see him, he's angry, but they need to make it slightly a bit more different and appealing. So with the animation and the poses, you can't just have the same pose throughout the whole film. Same for happiness, joy, disgust, anger, and I think it's fear, the one that runs around all scared. Let me know what his name is in the comments. But I think Inside Out really smashed it with like the posing. They've done like an amazing expressions at least. But besides that, I think I really like Big Hero 6. It's got very contained acting when you need that, and then it's got very pushed, appealing poses when you need that as well. So I think those guys, yeah, Big Hero 6 is a good one. Especially that dude guy, like that surfer dude kind of guy. All the characters in it anyway, but I think Inside Out, Big Hero 6, Tangled's amazing as well, Glen Keane stuff. Yeah, I think those films off the top of my head, but a lot of the typical Disney, specifically Disney and Pixar, yeah, they're like human facial expressions are super pushed. So yeah, those films will be good ones. I'm doing facial performance right now, so this stream is golf. No, great to know, Kaneki. So hopefully, like, your instructor will probably be teaching you stuff like this as well, which is great. It just means that you'll have an extra class with me. Haha, you're my student now. No going away. Welcome to Fartist class, Kaneki. Cool. Let's see if we can rotate this. No, I've destroyed the face. So yeah, like, I mean, it's one thing to me, like, animation is kind of split into 3 categories. body mechanics, which is basics, all that stuff in body mechanics. Up to body mechanics, you just need to you need to make sure that you can make the character move in a way that is appealing, but at the same time realistic. Then after that, it's facial. Facial animation is a thing of its own. It's quite, yeah, it's a thing of its own, which is fine, but it just means more work. And then afterwards, finally, it's so body mechanics, facial, and then just putting it all together, really. So, but yeah, facial's fun. Hopefully I mean, you're going to enjoy it regardless. Like, you're going to really like facial. So let's see if I can pinch this bit, see what this does. Try your controllers out as well, guys. Don't just, like, there's a reason why these controls are here. Because some of the things that you can't achieve, which I'm trying, it's not working. These guys are there to help with that. Okay, so I want to get this kind of like disgust looking pose. Am I going to be able to do that? Who knows? There, let's drop this down a bit more for the tongue. Okay, we're kind of getting there. You guys need to remind me, I haven't saved. Come on, teamwork. Yeah, and like if you got anybody from class that likes, if you like these classes and you want to share it with your friends or classmates, then do so. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if we can bring this part down. I'm not too happy with that part there. I need to play around with it a little bit, but it's hopefully it shows you guys, because yeah, I don't want to spend too long. Got the mouth there, let's get the tongue as well. Let's get the tongue out. She's like quite disgusted with what's going on, whatever it is. I can't see the tongue, so what I do is I'll go into this wireframe mode, grab the base, how should we do it? Do that. Push this one out a little bit more. Start rotating these guys. Rotating this one. And rotating this one. Ugh. Let's rotate left. So which way should she do it? So if she's doing that way, then I guess it would be, it makes sense for her to like this. No, she looks more like a dog, like a puppy. I think too much tongue now, going outside. Let's pull this back a little bit. We just want her to be disgusted a little bit. And you know what? I think it's also the fact that we need to push this cheek. And also, there's probably like controllers here for the to make this feel like there's a curve on it, like this. To me, this one's funny. This pose is funny. Again, you want to make sure the nose is going towards where the mouth is dragging. Like, don't block out the face in isolation. Yeah, so what do you guys think of the disgust pose? For me, it's funny. It seems like it's kind of weird. I don't think it worked. It looks like lizardy kind of. Maybe I'll keep her tongue inside. Maybe that's what it is. let's give that a go. Yeah, just sticking her tongue outside just feels... It's very much like just a dog kind of behavior. Let's do this. Let's fix this. Let's zero this out. Zero this out. Cool. Let's go up, down, down. Yeah, that feels a bit better with the tongue being inside the mouth. Yeah, I think this feels a bit more better, I think. I mean, I'm doing this on top of my head without any references, so that's why reference is good as well, like to be like, oh, okay, if the mouth was there, it'll feel better, you know, if the tongue was there. But we went from this one. There, I think this, yeah, this feels a bit better. What do you guys think of the disgust? Yeah, I've actually had fun posing these out. Let's get rid of this. And let's take a look at all the poses. And tell me your favourite one as well, out of the poses that you enjoyed. Let's see what you guys say in the chat. So, let's see. Bonus some dad jokes. Dad jokes are amazing. Alright, cool. So we went from neutral to conspicuous, judgmental, to judgmental, angry. I could work on the mouth pose a bit more here. It just needs more work. To kind of sad. Getting more sad. Happy. Surprised, happy. Different kind of happy. Disgust. So let me know in the chat which one's your favorite, guys. Cool. So while you guys are deciding, you can even put a number. Let's say 1. Let's say this one's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can even let me know if you guys are not watching this live on stream and you're watching it afterwards. Just let me know in the comments which one's your favorite facial expression. You can even name like numbers based on the frame range I have. And yeah, just if you are watching this afterwards, please hit that like. Cool. Right, let's see. Take some questions. Let's see. Kaneki is saying, I wonder, your mentoring, it's more about body mechanics or you do more acting stuff? So I do from fundamental basics to body mechanics to advanced body mechanics. Then I move on to facial. Then I move on to pantomime, which is body acting. And then I move on to facial and full body performance. So I do the whole thing. So, yeah. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. So yeah, I do the whole thing. If you want to learn with me, I can take you from basics to advanced basics, to body mechanics to advanced body mechanics, which I don't think is at the school. And then I can take you onto facial animation, which you saw. And yeah, once you've gathered all that stuff, you will have a full body acting class as well to have a full acting shot. So yeah, because I have experience in doing facial animation, cartoony animation, realistic animation, so yeah, hopefully I can help you guys with that kind of stuff. Cool. Let's see. 2 and 5. What was your favorite ones? 2 and 5. Oh, this one over here and this one over here. She's just like super close to crying. Guys, if you joined the chat, please hit the like. I appreciate that a lot. Anyone else? Do you have any questions? And which is your favorite expression over here? Number 1, neutral. I didn't do anything. This is how it came. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. About to cry. Almost crying. Number 5. Like, push my button a little bit more and I'll cry. Happy. Like, you know, surprised, happy. Oh wait, this is something that if you if you guys are in facial animation, this is something you always see in Disney movies. So for example, over here, you see how like the mouth is? Snippets. So I do 2D animation as well, so maybe I can have a class where I just show you guys, just do some 2D sketches really. So look where the tongue is. You always want to like get the tongue like this. Whoops. So you want to try as much as you can to have a cool like 2D kind of silhouette for the tongue. And let's go here, just to pretend it's the shape. See the sketch that I just drew compared to what we have on the left, the pose. So now I'm thinking this is what we should go and do for the tongue to make it more appealing. I mean, one, we haven't posed a tongue on that, and whenever you have a side-on pose, you always have, you know, you always have a cool Disney kind of tongue over here. What do you guys think of this? You guys want me to go ahead and do this? What's the difference when animating a human face and a dragon face? What kind of question is that, John? It's not human. It's like, if it's a dragon face, you're not going to be as expressive. Depending on if it's a cartoony show, then you can really push and pull and stuff. But if you need to keep it quite, like even on How to Train Your Dragons, it's, yes, they're animations, but they're quite realistic, even though they're pushed. So you can only like, you know, open the mouth like this, have some facial expression with the eyes and the eyebrows, but not too much with the mouth. And if it's a VFXy show, it's not going to be much. It's going to be, you're going to be doing more the performance with the body, like pantomime, rather than the facial. Okay, so, alright. Let me just put this last tongue of, that I just drew there. So hopefully, like, you guys like this sketch. This is what I want to go for over here. And that way we can get something a bit more appealing. So let's get that, and then I think that's going to be a wrap. What I'll do is I'll just take questions from you guys, and I'll just be answering your questions while I finish this last little sketch. Unless you guys want me to stick around. I know you have lives. Cool. Let's do this. Let's go up. Let's turn left. Let's bring this down. Up. There we go. I'm just trying to create that curve there. See that now? That looks so much better compared to what we had before, right? Let me know if I'm right or wrong. But look at that tongue over there compared to what we had before. So again, finally, we have one, neutral. We have the second pose over here. We have the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, which we just updated, 8, 9 was discussed, and back to the neutral. I'll leave on this one because I think this one's pretty cool, and I'll just take some questions from you guys. So yeah, let's see. So we've got about 6 people, so if you're watching, please hit the like. I appreciate that. So let's see, the cry one and genuine happy are the best ones. Oh, okay, the cry one. I think we've got 2 crying ones, haven't we? Let's see. Oh, this one here. So this one here is sad, getting close. This one here. Okay, cool. So you guys like this one. Kaneki likes the crying and the genuine happy. This one here. Cool. Alright. I think that's going to be it, guys. I've had fun. It's been really enjoyable. Really enjoyed doing this. It was super last minute, but like I said, thank you for all the support for the 100+ subs. I appreciate that. That gives me confidence, and like tells me that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. So that's why I'm putting all these streams and videos out. So hopefully you find them enjoyable as well as educational. If you have any questions, give me a shout. If you want to learn from me, just drop me a message, and we'll see. And in the meantime, I have a live stream tomorrow, which is, we're going to be looking at Arcane, and I'm going to be breaking down some cool animations from Arcane. And yeah, just join me there tomorrow, and like just sit back and watch me break down some cool anime style Arcane clips, and we can all just sit down and, you know, just enjoy some awesome animation. Cool. Alright guys, you've been awesome. Please hit the like on your way out, and I'll see you tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. It's at 7 PM London time, so don't miss that. Cool guys. See ya. Bye.